and you just sit there and go,
Yeah, well, not only that, how about the fact that this guy was running this for decades? He was doing this for decades to who knows how many people, and everybody was scared to talk about it because he'd have them killed. Yeah, it's really wild, man. I think there's so many powerful people that are on those lists. There's so many powerful people that went and partied. Air quotes, partied. And how many of them went to the Diddy parties? Have you been paying attention to the...
A measured, gravelly American accent, calm but heavy with implication. There's a room. It's not a place you find on a map. It's a layer of reality, hovering above the one the rest of us live in. The air tastes like expensive champagne and unimaginable power. The music is a pulse you feel in your teeth. And in this room, every face is a monument. Every handshake is a multi-million-dollar deal. Every smile is a currency. This is the inner sanctum, the ultimate backstage pass to the world. For decades, the keeper of this room was Sean Diddy Combs. He wasn't just a music mogul. He was an architect of reality, a gravitational force that pulled in superstars, titans of industry, future legends. To get an invitation was to have made it. They called it networking. They called it puffy flavor camp. They called it the party of the year. But what if the party was a trap? What if the real welcome gift wasn't a goodie bag, but a file, a digital footprint, a recording, a secret? What if the price of admission, the unspoken ticket, was your silence forever?
You ask questions like, were their decisions colored by certain things, and who got the benefit of the doubt, you know, in that courtroom?
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say, because that mind your business, or let me not say nothing about nothing, or those things, it would allow the entire culture to register as if they're for that.
Right now, the walls of that room are being smashed in by federal agents, by civil lawsuits, by horrific testimonies of violence, coercion, and predation. The legal documents paint a picture of a monster. But look beyond the lawsuits. Look at the reaction or the earth-shattering, deafening lack of it. Where is the outrage from hip-hop, a culture built on telling raw, uncomfortable truth? Where are the statements from the A-listers who partied with him for years? The collaborators? The so-called friends? It's quieter than a tomb. And in that silence, a terrifying news story is being written.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood.
Fear. Let that word hang in the air. This is the cornerstone of the theory that's turning this from a scandal about one man into a potential expose of an entire system. A system of control so elegant, so brutal, it operated in plain sight for 30 years. The theory is simple. People aren't speaking out because they can't. Their silence isn't about protecting Diddy. It's about self-preservation.
I sat right here and told y'all there was activity on the darknet. Videos were being distributed and were going to be sold for profit because the diddler needs the money. Did I not say that?
Said that.
Right here.
Those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 250 tape recorders.
For months, a low hum has traveled through the underbelly of Hollywood and the music industry. Not in Variety, not on TMZ, in whispers, in private signal chats, in nervous glances between managers. The rumor, there are tapes. Not just party videos, but explicit, compromising, career-obliterating footage, allegedly shot in Diddy's homes, on his yachts, in his private jets. And the most chilling part of the rumor? Some of the people on those tapes never knew the cameras were on. Think about the power of that. Let it sink in. You don't need to release the tape. You don't even need to admit it exists. You just need the rumor to exist. The suspicion, the gnawing, paranoid fear in the back of someone's mind that their most vulnerable, most shameful, most illegal moment is cataloged in a digital vault. That fear becomes a leash. It guarantees compliance. It manufactures loyalty. It buys silence. Speaking up doesn't just risk angering a powerful man. It risks triggering the release of your own personal hell. It's the perfect, self-sustaining engine of control. A panopticon built of velvet ropes and celebrity. This is the lens through which the staggering silence now makes a horrifying, cynical sense. And when you apply this lens to the people in Diddy's orbit, their stories change. They transform from celebrity gossip into potential chapters of a much darker narrative. We are about to connect some dots. I need you to follow me closely. We are mapping the anatomy of a rumor that has the power to shatter legacies. Stevie J isn't an associate. He's bad boy DNA. He was in the control room when the empire was built. When the lawsuits hit, when the world ran for cover, Stevie J did the opposite. He stood firm, called Diddy family. Doubled down on loyalty in a hurricane. Online, the whispers are specific. That Stevie wasn't just a guest at the infamous parties. He's alleged to have been a facilitator. The guy handling logistics, managing the talent, ensuring the machine ran smoothly while the boss remained insulated, untouchable. The Lil Rod lawsuit pulls his name into this narrative, hinting at a coordinating role. So, you have to ask, is his very public loyalty the courage of a brother? Or is it the calculated posture of a man who knows exactly what's on those hypothetical tapes? A man who knows his voice, his face, his actions are so deeply embedded in that world that his fate is irrevocably tied to its secrets? Is it confidence? Or is it the silence of a co-pilot who knows the flight recorder is damning? Here's where the circle expands beyond music. Oscar winner Cuba Gooding Jr., a familiar face in Diddy's social sphere for years, yacht trips, St. Tropez, the VIP festival suite. Standard celebrity orbit stuff. Until the Lil Rod lawsuit landed. There, in black and white, Cuba's name appears. The allegations are graphic. Unwanted advances, groping, misconduct during a Virgin Islands yacht trip, allegedly introduced to the young plaintiff by Diddy himself. Cuba denies it all, calls it the most ridiculous thing ever.
Fully escape it though, like your name, for example, was mentioned in the Diddy case.
Which was the most ridiculous thing ever.
Because you barely know
This is the most ridiculous thing ever. But again, welcome to being a celebrity. Welcome to my world.
But the courtroom of public opinion operates on different rules. The question isn't just about guilt or innocence in that specific allegation. The question is, what was a mainstream Hollywood actor doing so deep in this specific, now toxic orbit at that specific time? In the eyes of a suspicious public, proximity becomes complicity. A friendly yacht photo becomes evidence of immersion in a culture now accused of heinous acts. His silence now reads not as dignity, but as a strategic retreat into the fog. This is the most haunting thread, the one that suggests a pattern, a pipeline, stretching back decades. Listen to Usher, really listen. Not to the song, but to the man. For years, we played this as a salacious remember when story. Today, it sounds different. It sounds like the testimony of a child, a 3-year-old boy thrown into a literal den of hedonistic adults. It's not a fun anecdote, it's a description of psychological whiplash. What did he see? What was he expected to indulge in?
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
I was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
This isn't mentorship. This feels like exposure therapy to a world of no boundaries. Now, follow that thread forward 15 years. The audience laughed. It was a gag, a bit. Today, that clip is a horror movie trailer. 48 hours. Can't disclose. Full crazy. The language is possessive, boastful, dripping with implication.
Check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
Who signed to Usher?
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go buck full crazy.
Going crazy.
He's joking about custody of a 5-year-old boy. Now, re-examine Justin Bieber's entire arc in the public eye. The meteoric rise, followed by the very public, very painful unraveling. The arrests, the emotional distress, the candid admissions of loneliness, of being surrounded by people who claimed to love him but were just leeches, the therapy, the crises of faith. In 2024, he systematically unfollowed his entire industry circle, including his longtime father figure manager, Scooter Braun. An act so seismic, it caused Braun to deactivate his Instagram. We are not saying causation. We are observing a pattern of incredibly young, incredibly vulnerable male stars being brought into the heart of a notoriously unrestrained adult world.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they loved me and, just turn their back on me in a second.
Justin Bieber unfollowed his former manager, Scooter Braun, on Instagram, which sounds really minor.
It sounds sort of very high school.
But it is a big deal, especially for celebrities. And then the really surprising thing is after Justin did that, Scooter deactivated his entire Instagram.
A world usher described as an orgy. What is the psychological impact of that? Is it any wonder that some of them broke? Commentator Candace Owens has pointedly asked what really happened in those circles.
Justin Bieber must speak about this, you guys. He's apparently unfollowed all of his closest Hollywood managers, even the bodyguard, in a sign that some people are saying is more evidence of the Diddy fallout.
Singer Jaguar Wright has been even blunter. Usher came in and discovered it and managed Justin and got custody of him and promised to look after him.
Someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler.
And then he sent him to the lion's den. This is the pipeline theory, and it turns every party into a potential crime scene. Every system has its casualties. Those who can't, or won't, play the game. Bryce Gray was a blazing star on Empire. Then came the fall. Arrests, public meltdowns, a career in ruins. Online, his story is now used as a grim parable. Figures like Jaguar Wright and Terrence Howard have alluded to a darker narrative, that Gray was deliberately sabotaged, drugged out after being exposed to traumatic situations and potentially witnessing things he shouldn't have in elite circles.
Trying to him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Circles linked to this very orbit. Whether every detail is true is not the point. The point is that his tragic arc now fits perfectly into the public's understanding of this world. A world that consumes young talent, discards the damaged, and moves on. The broken star is held up as proof of the system's cruelty. Okay, behind the Fame family, we are in the weeds of one of the biggest, darkest stories in entertainment history. This isn't just about crime, it's about the architecture of power that allows it to flourish. What's your read on this silence? Is it fear? Is it guilt? Or is it a complex web of both? I want to know what you think. Pause this video, drop your absolute honest take in the comments below. This conversation is nothing without your perspective. To understand how high this goes, you have to look at Naomi Campbell, a supernova. A fixture in the world of global elite power, the kind that intersects fashion, royalty, finance, and yes, entertainment. Her name surfaces in these discussions not because of direct allegations, but because of optics and association.
The paper does manage to make it clear that you were not aware of Epstein activities. Did you know who he was?
Yes, I knew him. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex-boyfriend Flavio. He was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows.
Did you suspect what he was doing?
No. And what he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else.
Her past, acknowledged connection to figures like the convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein, is used by the online public as a blueprint. It demonstrates how these rarefied worlds work, on introductions, on access, on unspoken codes of silence among the powerful. Her historical closeness to Diddy, they were once romantically linked, and their continued presence in the same stratospheric social circles is seen not as evidence of wrongdoing, but as proof of the insulated, interconnected ecosystem we're discussing. A world where the same faces appear in Saint-Tropez, on the same yachts. For over 2 decades, they were the Twin Peaks, Diddy and Jay-Z. Parallel empires, often intersecting. The same parties, the same business deals, the same tier of power. Their friendship and rivalry defined an era. Watch what happened as the Diddy allegations escalated from gossip to federal raids. Jay-Z's silence wasn't just quiet, it was a void. The distance became a physical presence. Business ties, quietly reconsidered. Public mentions, non-existent. This is read by many as the ultimate chess move from the smartest mogul in the game. A strategic, flawless retreat. But as Jaguar Wright once claimed, their bond was peanut butter and jelly, inseparable. So the terrifying question lingers.
Something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is undeniable.
You saying Diddy and Jay-Z is peanut butter jelly?
Peanut butter and jelly.
If Diddy ever feels cornered, if he ever decides the game is truly over and adopts a scorched earth mentality, whose names does he take with him? If the Vault of Secrets exists, who else is in the footage, at the parties, in the rooms where things happen? Jay-Z's silence may be wisdom. It may also be the quiet of a man standing very still, hoping not to trigger a landslide. And then, there's the case that proves the power of the rumor itself, Meek Mill. For years, the whispers about Meek and Diddy have been relentless, graphic, and inescapable.
What's up? Yeah, y'all already know we playing out the real life. Real life. Diddy gang, Meek Mill in real life. Don't ever disrespect me, you heard?
Meek, yeah, Meek. The allegation that he was a favorite. Meek's response has been nuclear-level denial. He goes on Instagram Live, furious, spitting rage. He blames bots, haters, and the internet. He threatens leakers. He asserts his masculinity, his street credibility, his identity as a real king. Thanks for watching. But the internet is a hydra. For every denial, 3 more leaks appear. An alleged audio clip of intimate conversation, unverified. Old clips of him and Diddy, where body language experts, armchair and otherwise, dissect every glance, every touch. DJ academics, a potent amplifier, push the rumors into the mainstream discourse, forcing the conversation. Meek's fury reads 2 ways.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
To supporters, it's the righteous anger of an innocent man being slandered. To skeptics, it's the panic of a man trapped in a narrative he cannot control. Because the narrative isn't about proof, it's about perception. The rumor itself has become a cage. His every action, the rants, the threats, only feeds it. It is a perfect demonstration of the theory. You don't need a tape to ruin someone. You just need the world to believe it exists. This is where we are, at the cliff's edge. We have a landscape of devastating legal allegations, and blanketing that landscape, a silence so profound it has become its own evidence. A web of interconnected lives, careers, and secrets. The questions are no longer just about what Diddy did. They are about the ecosystem he built. Who in this silence is a victim, psychologically imprisoned by what they witnessed or were subjected to? Who is an accomplice, whose own complicity or participation keeps them mute? Who is a bystander, who saw something and said nothing, and now that inaction feels like a guilty secret? And who, tragically, is all 3? If the vault is real, if those tapes are more than a myth, then this isn't the end of a story. It's the detonation of a universe. A universe where the currency was secrets, and the richest men in the room were the ones who collected them. The party is over, the lights are on, and everyone is scrambling for the door, hoping their face isn't the one caught in the final, exposing Flash. This story is evolving by the hour. New names surface, old stories resurface with new meaning. If you are not subscribed to Behind the Fame with the bell icon on, you will miss the next crucial break in this case. We are committed to following this wherever it leads. Now it's your turn. This is a complex, dark puzzle. I've given you the pieces as we see them. You tell me, what picture does it form for you? Who do you think is most trapped by this system of silence? And crucially, what hidden facet of the fame machine should we investigate next? What other open secret needs to be exposed? Name it, demand it. The comment section is yours. This is Behind the Fame. We don't just report the news, we investigate the ecosystem.